tell you what, my knees, both knees, either one or the other, they keep like going in and out of being sore.
What do you mean?
Like they both just like get a bit sore sometimes.
Old age?
I'm not sure if it's old age, but I've also I have made an increasing effort to try and do the Michael Jackson lean recently. Like
the smooth criminal.
The smooth criminal lean. Like I keep doing like if I just get bored or whatever, and I'm just kind of standing around, I'll just see how far down I can get. And I think because I've been doing it so much, it's just like having a natural physical effect on my knees. So I think I have to stop. That's the only thing I can pinpoint it to. It's like the only thing that's changed recently for me is that I've started trying to learn how to do the Michael Jackson lean.
Well, I think, some might argue that you're spending 8 hours a day in hospitality on your feet might do it. But I also think that, being a smooth criminal, those things come with the territory.
But like priorities, like do I want to be able to be the ultimate smooth criminal and like lie down, face down on the floor? Or do I,
Are you getting closer to the floor? Are you getting closer than MJ himself to the floor?
I reckon I've actually improved. I reckon I started off at a 1 degree angle and now I can get it to about a 5 degree.
I reckon you're further than 5. I was going to say 10 to 15.
I did do it for you just before because I said I was improving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon I should stop. So I don't want to, is it worth it?
Well, you got to be right for for the cricket season.
Is tearing your ACL worth being able to do the Michael Jackson lean or not? I'm just trying to weigh it up, and I don't think it is. So
maybe we can set up a pros and cons list and
yeah, like a Venn diagram.
Being the smoothest criminal
of all time. It's like knees on one side. I don't know, clout on the other side. Knees and clout in the middle. MJ smooth criminal lean.
Yeah, nice. I think it's worth it.
I
don't think don't let your body inhibit your dreams, man.
That's true.
That's what I'll say.
Well, if what was his name? Ned Brockman taught us anything, what does he say? What's his quote?
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly. So there you go. Get ready, knees.
Have you seen the LeBron clips that have been coming out?
the lying ones, yes. How good are they? I've been wanting to talk to someone about this for like weeks, but no one I don't want to bring it up in case no one else knows about it, and it's just me and like this weird part of Instagram or whatever. Holy shit, they are so funny. He's just straight up lying all the time about stuff.
Someone said a quote that was similar to that. It was like, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And he's like, I've always said that.
Yeah,
it's my favorite quote.
Yeah, the Marcus Rashford, he goes,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, get like literally saying that. He's like, I say it all the time. It's like, oh my. And the one where, have you seen where the guy asks him about The Godfather?
No.
The guy goes like, you said that The Godfather 2 is your favourite movie of all time. What's your favourite quote from it? And he goes, oh man, there's just so many. And he goes, yeah, but if you had to have one, he's like, oh, there's just, the movie's so long. There's so much words. I just can't pick. He's like, yeah, man, like all of it. It's all just good.
The best part is when the caption is Le Cap.
Yeah, Le Cap. Although, have you seen the Kobe Bryant one where he's like, I knew he was going to drop at least 70 that day. I was just, I was watching the game, and before the game had even started, I just saw him on TV, and I said to my friends, he's going to score 70. And then he got to 50, and I said, why can't he score 80 points? Just like lies, just straight up lies.
Yeah.
What's the book? There was one with like he's reading the Malcolm X book as well, and he has he's like, what's your favorite part of the book? He's like, just all the words. So he's like literally. And then how he's like an owner of Liverpool,
yeah,
or like one of the in part of that like ownership group, I should say. There's like a bit where he's getting interviewed by Peter Crouch and someone else, and they're like asking him all these questions about Liverpool and if he like knows who Peter Crouch is, and he like it's clear he's got no idea. Peter Crouch. He's like, yep. He's just kept saying, yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I knew that he played. Blah blah. No, you
didn't. Had no idea, mate. It's got like, she goes to another school energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know those kids in high school that are like,
makeup.
Yeah.
Lies.
It's like, shit, sorry, Ray, she goes to another school.
Yeah.
That's what it's giving.
Yeah, baby.
Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 60 today. Joined always,
Well, not always.
pretty much always.
Pretty much.
Did you anything else you wanted to jump in on while I'm mid-intro?
No, all good. No, all good.
You
all
good there?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just pumped.
Zander's back.
Hello, everyone.
How was your hiatus?
Hiatus was good. Sabbatical. Not a
Ooh.
hiatus. Yeah.
Sabbatical.
Because I was doing exams.
What does that mean?
And it was an academic break. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sabbatical. Exams are on. Exams done. Hallelujah. Thank the great man himself. Now we're here, and it feels good. It feels good to be done. You know, a couple of weeks just staying in a bit. You know, hitting the grind.
Mm.
But yeah, hopefully I did well. Hopefully I passed.
How do you feel about it
I
all?
think I
all in
did.
all?
I hope so. I tell you what, I really hope so. Because, you know,
Do you just need a pass? Is that how that works?
yeah, it is. But like, you know, you kind of like to do better. And I actually did all right during the term itself. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, there's hope I could actually get quite a decent mark.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I hope I do all right. But yeah, you know, they were like the couple exams I did, like the finance and accounting one I did, which were kind of like back to back pretty much. I was listening to like a lot of like, hence our song of the week. I was listening to like a lot of like kind of like heavy metal or like rock and all that kind of stuff. I was just kind of vibing it when I was studying. But when I was like looking at all these numbers, I don't know if you've seen The Big Short. You know how the guy that like predicts the financial crisis with the glass eye?
Yeah.
And like whenever he's like cramming all this like deep math data and he's like got like all this like super heavy metal on, I was like, I kind of felt like him for a little bit,
Nice.
but also I was just like not on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
But that's
it was
like the closest comparison I could draw for you.
Did it like kind of, you could almost imagine like it cutting to a different angle of you sitting in the UTS library just like
literally.
in silence.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
on your laptop.
But then it's just like in my headphones, just like,
Yeah.
and I was just like, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, my mum said that I was the loudest studier she's ever heard as well.
In what sense?
In the sense that, I don't know, I just make a lot of noise, like talking to myself, moving, grabbing stuff,
Yeah.
you know. Which is also the reason, I know that as well, to be fair, which is the reason I had banned myself from the quiet section of the library. Because I know even if I am being quiet, it's not as quiet as people may like.
Mm.
And I just don't want to draw that kind of attention to myself.
Yeah.
But when in the UTS library, it's kind of like the main area is just like, it's just loud. Like people they're just like in there just having a chat.
Yeah.
So like, you can be as loud as you want. which is
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
good.
for sure.
But yeah. No, it was good. It was good.
Nice.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to, Xander? Great question. I feel like, where do I start? I don't know. Since I've seen you, did a couple of pods last week.
Yeah, you did too. How did I enjoyed the ep last week. Really.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was cool.
I can't remember if I said it on the pod last week. Having Anthony on and continuing through without taking a break was actually your idea.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
You were like, because we were planning to have D'Lo on anyway, and you were like, dude, just have him on, and you two just do it,
Yeah.
because I've got exams, and we'll keep the pod moving.
Keep the momentum flowing. Yeah, because I was like, as much as I would have loved to have been here last week, because, mate, always great to come on here and have a bit of a yarn. But yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm keen to hear it. So I was excited.
Yeah.
And because I was excited, I was like, still want there to be an episode.
Yeah.
So you know, and then we had one last week with the Day Boys Extravaganza.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good. I like your chats about the band.
Yeah.
That was interesting, I thought.
Mm.
I enjoyed that bit. And how D'Lo, like the touring bit. He was talking about going to Melbourne.
Yeah. Well, he's got this week. He's going to Brisbane on Friday night
Yeah.
and then flying back Saturday to play in Sydney on Saturday night.
See, that's the real deal.
Do you know what the Johnny Hunter guys are doing?
What are they doing?
Instead of booking accommodation in Brisbane, they've just got 6 a.m. flights home to Sydney.
Just to rip.
So they're flying up, they'll play, and then they'll just rip and tear and go through till the morning and then go straight to the airport and save on a comm.
Mate, that is, you know what? The cost, firstly, that is like real rock star. That's like real rock star shit.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like. Secondly, you probably spend as much on ripping that you would on accommodation.
Exactly.
And if you're going to go out for ages anyway and probably only sleep 2-3 hours, you know,
what's the point?
why not? What's the point?
Makes total sense.
It actually does make sense in a way.
The only thing is they'll have to play Sydney that night and do it all over again.
Oh, nothing a couple Colombian coffees can't fix.
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
just joking. Just joking. We don't endorse that kind of behaviour on here.
No, we don't.
No.
But, you know, people are entitled to.
Yeah, people are entitled to do what they like to do, mate. We don't judge.
It was good to have him. It was good to have D'Lo on here. It's always like a bit of a... It felt very normal. Very normal. When you have a third person in here, it feels different.
Well,
But for some reason, because it was only 2 and I spend so much time with D'Lo anyway, and we kind of just sit on the couch
and then
talk.
there was just like microphones in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's...
Well, we had a 2-hour conversation before we even started doing this today. So,
Well, there's been...
you know,
there's
there's not there's not much, you know, I feel like that would be kind of similar vibe as to the two of you as well.
Yeah, totally. There was bombshells to cover this morning.
Oh, this just general gossip for me and Cody to cover this morning. We haven't seen each other in 2 weeks. So that meant, you know, there was some serious ground to cover. And we were just gossiping, really.
Yeah.
Just about everyone.
Everyone close to us.
Everyone close to us.
You actually bought pitch tickets, which shocked me.
Well, I didn't buy pitch tickets. Ryan bought pitch tickets.
In essence, you've got a ticket. That
Well, I've got a ticket, and I'm pumped. I'm actually pumped. I didn't even think about it before. Then I got the call, do you want to come to pitch? I was like, when is it? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. And then as soon as I kind of acquired the ticket, I was like instantly pumped. I was instantly like, oh, this is going to be really good. But I had no idea who's going. And then I just told that to Cody, and he's like, everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sweet. Let's rock and roll.
I think like everyone that got access, because we all got pre-sale access to 4 tickets.
That's right.
So everyone that got the access bought 4 tickets, essentially.
Righto. Yeah. And if you, the more like, you know, if you build it, people will come.
Yeah.
If you buy the tickets.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So that'll be awesome. I'm keen.
I'm pumped.
I honestly didn't expect you to come. You're a bit flaky in that sense sometimes.
Yeah, that is fair, actually. That's a fair criticism.
Yeah. You're just not present.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not around me anyway.
Well, okay.
Here we go.
No, I just don't like, I don't know. Sometimes at festivals, like pitch keen for, because it's like, looks really cool. And like, I like that kind of music, etc. And everyone says amazing time. But sometimes it's like the bigger ones, like, I don't know, like Splendor and stuff, like $600 or whatever for a ticket, does not seem worth it.
It was the same as Pitch, bro.
Pitches wasn't $600.
Yeah, it was $470 and Splendor wasn't $600.
Splendor wasn't. How much was Splendor?
It was about the same. It was like high 4s.
I thought Splendor was like $600.
No.
It's not.
No. I think it was like $480, $490.
But it's not BYO.
Not if you get caught.
Yeah, but like,
That's the same as Pitch. Pitch is not BYO. Oh, actually, I think you can bring one.
I thought you just said it was.
Yeah, it isn't. I think you can bring one case / one bottle, but everyone just goes wild and brings heaps of shit. We did the same for Splendor.
Can you bring one thing into Splendor?
No, you can't. I actually don't know. I don't think you're allowed to bring anything into Splendor, but everyone just does.
Yeah,
Like unless you get your car pretty thoroughly searched, you'll be sweet. Anyway, good to have you on board.
But yeah, I'm there. I'm coming. I'm sweet. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
I like, even though I'm like a part of this scene, for lack of a better term, I don't know anything about like the artists or like the music or anything. I'm genuinely just kind of there for the good time.
I knew 2 people when I looked at it.
I know them by name, but I don't know their music or who they are or their
Right.
style or anything. Because I just hear, like, dude, everyone around me is like, oh, they could rattle off like 50 DJs, I reckon. And they're like, oh yeah, I know him, seen him. And I've probably seen all like X amount of people. But I just never make a mental note of who I've seen and like their style of music.
But if you were to get into discussion about them, about the West Tigers, you'd probably be able to go in pretty deep.
I could go into, I think that's a fair comment. I'm not sure how those two coincide, but sure.
But like, you know, I'm just saying comparatively.
Yeah, my interests lie elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I would like to have more of an interest going into pitch this year and just being like, okay, I like this style of music. You know, let's say Kane says this is a good DJ who plays that style of music.
Have a listen.
Going in, I want to know what to expect so that when I'm there, I can be like, this is coming.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. And then it comes and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't you like the mysterious element? of
I like-
something being good.
Yeah. I like yes and no. I like both. But it's also like, I feel like it'd be the same as going to see an artist that you actually like and you know their stuff.
True. That's
Even
true.
though I'm going to these artists, which I know I'll love, but what?
Speaking on that note,
What?
I have a spare Kendrick Lamar ticket, and I need someone to go with me because I really, really want to go.
Wait, so you bought 2 tickets?
Well, me and Ryan were supposed to go together,
When is it?
like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe.
Oh, shit.
Ryan and I, were supposed to go together,
Right.
and he's in Bali, so I can't go to Kendrick Lamar well, he can't go, but I still am like, I really, really, really want to go. And I don't want to go by myself because some people go, oh, you should go to a gig or something by yourself. Like, people do that. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I find that kind of weird. It's like going to go get, a sit-down dinner by yourself or something. Like, you just don't do it,
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit grim,
Sure.
in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
people might think elsewhere,
For sure.
So if anyone wants to come to Kendrick Lamar with me,
Are you asking me or are you putting it
I'm
out?
asking you / anyone who's listening, viewing
Okay.
right now, any of the freaking flyers.
Mate, I will fucking love to come. But if
it's a little bit, the ticket's a little bit expensive, I think. It's
How much
like,
is it?
It's like, I don't know, like maybe like $200 or something.
Okay.
Standing, not sitting, standing.
I know. Where at? Kudos.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll discuss after. Those finances might be out of my my reach at this time.
But I mean, if anyone's
Actually, I might be in Melbourne anyway. When is it?
early December.
Yeah, I'm in Melbourne that whole first week of December.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
So,
But yeah,
Jared-
but if anyone wants to come, it's on the table. DM's always open.
I hope some random dribbler just.
I hope
reaches
someone,
out.
honestly, I would be stoked.
I would love a freaking flyer who we don't know to go with.
And
you.
like you
That'd
get,
be awesome.
and it'd be cool. It'd be good.
If you're in Sydney and you want to go to Kendrick with Xander, it's $200.
It's $200
$200
and it's another
bones.
another 200 just to hang out with me. No, I'm kidding. I'll literally pay you to come. I am desperate. Yeah. Please.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was coming to Australia.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the shit that's been going on with Steve Lacy? Have we already spoken about this?
Who is Steve Lacy?
He's the Bad Habits guy. Don't make me sing it.
Sing. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit.
Oh, that's him.
I wish I knew.
Oh, fucking get it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know who Steve Lacy is.
You know that song?
I've heard that song, but I don't know who Steve Lacy is.
Have you seen all the TikToks of him lately?
No,
You haven't?
I don't have TikTok.
Dude, the guy's like losing it on stage, basically.
Like from the fame.
He's like, so he's built up a massive crowd of like a lot of his fame. He was already like kind of cool in this like sort of, I don't know where you would call the space that he was in, but people
the
who
genre.
yeah, people who listen to music actively and seek out new music would have known who he was
Right.
before he sort of hit TikTok fame.
Okay.
Um,
So he was kind of like a Triple J artist.
no, because he's not Australian.
Well,
He's-
no, but like that kind of.
yeah, that kind of sort of genre, I suppose.
Like not
That sort of
not like.
He hadn't
is
re-
it old? Is it alternate music in a way? But
Kind
it's like
of,
pop. It's
kind
not
of.
rock,
Yeah, it's like alt pop kind of.
but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. The only way I can kind of describe him is he's an artist that cool people would listen to. Do you know what I mean?
Is he like Leon Bridges?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay,
In that
I know
same
the vibe. I know
in
the
that
vibe.
sort of same.
I like Leon Bridges. Yeah. I know the vibe.
Yeah.
Everyone
So
likes that.
anyway, he blew up on TikTok and like obviously, like a bunch of teenagers and
Froth.
and mainstream sort of music
Listeners.
jumped onto his music, and sort of all these videos were coming out of him on tour of like people singing the chorus and him holding the microphone to the crowd, and when it hits the verse, no one knows the words
Really?
because they're all like fake fans, I suppose. That's kind of
Right.
the angle that it's taking. But like I don't know, that kind of comes with the territory. Blah blah blah. I'm just kind of painting the picture for you here.
Right. Painted.
Anyway, a video, I haven't really been following it the last couple of weeks, but a video, there's a couple of videos came out within a week from a tour in America, I assume. And there's one where like a chick's filming from the crowd and she's like, "Can you say hi to my mom?" And he's like, "Nope." And then he just keeps singing.
Really?
And then there's another one where
That's
someone,
fair enough.
Exactly, fair enough. Someone must have thrown a camera on stage at him, like in the lead up to this video. And then the video starts where he goes, "Hey, you in the crowd, can you pass me that camera?" And the chick passes him the camera. And as he gets handed it, he turns and just smashes it on the ground. And he's like, "Don't fucking throw this shit on the stage at me.
Really?
Like, don't throw shit at me." And then he walks off. And he's just been doing weird stuff like that. I think he did end up coming back on that night. But he's just been like...
I think like there sometimes like the pressure and like that level of fame and stuff, like you just would crack at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
you
think...
just-
And my theory is he was kind of happy with where he was at. And now he's picked up all this sort of like fame that he didn't
Yeah.
necessarily want.
Yeah.
Again, like he makes good music, comes with the territory, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But it's just interesting.
But now the cracks.
Yeah. Anyway, I was talking to my friend from work.
But-
She's going to his show in Sydney in like a couple weeks because he's coming down for Spilt. And she's like, "Dude, you might lose it. And I want to be there." So I'm
True.
interested to see how it goes.
I feel like if someone like has that element of like they could lose at any second, it like is a bit of like, you know,
Yeah.
a draw card. You're like, there could be a bit of drama here.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Yeah, I don't know who Steve Lacy is.
I'm
though.
shocked you don't.
Yeah. But mate, fame gets people.
Well, me and you know about that.
Yeah, we know. About
I'd say we
Well
had a lot better than most. But
Well covered. Well covered. Well covered.
I don't think I have anything else to report. I didn't really do anything on the weekend. I just, yeah.
Well, speaking of fame, I was going to talk about one of the world's most famous podcasters.
Yep.
Just quickly, for anyone, as most people on planet Earth would know who Joe Rogan is.
Fair call.
Pretty much, I would say most people would.
Yeah.
This isn't really about his podcast though, but I just noticed something, and this isn't really back page material. This is just like his ability to like commentate on stuff. So he's like always been part of the UFC. If people know, like UFC, like mixed martial arts competition in America and spread over the globe. And his commentary on that, I would argue, is some of the best commentary you will see ever in any sport. Like as a casual, like I'm not really super into it. I'm like a very casual fan. Like I don't know all the players in the game kind of thing. I just like very like sporadically will follow it, and like I enjoy looking at the clips. And if there's like a really big fight on, like I might go to the pub and watch it. But one thing I've noted every time I watch like clips of it, or if I watch highlights, one of the best parts about it is the commentary that he imparts on the UFC.
He has a pretty good knowledge of it, from what I right.
Like knowledge is like second to none.
Okay.
And like his like dramatization and like enthusiasm is also like amazing.
Yeah,
I find it
interesting.
so like, I mean, he's no Peter Jury with like the poeticness, like
Yeah.
you know, sometimes there'll be
Poetry.
yeah, like sometimes like he's a bit of like he'll be speaking and it's kind of amazing the way that he's so eloquent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Joe Rogan's as eloquent, maybe, but I feel like he makes up for it in other aspects, and I think it's some of the best. If anyone does like just see off clips of UFC, you'll just start to notice. I feel like his commentary is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good analysis.
Yeah.
I too am actually very casual. I could care less about the UFC and fighting. I just don't really I don't vibe with the violence.
I don't know. I think it's like kind of interesting to watch. I don't mind it. I don't know. I kind of, when Tyson Fury came back, I was definitely very much, but that's more because I like his
Wasn't he a boxer?
Yeah, but I'm saying just talking about the fighting sports in general. I should probably have said that. But I feel like with those things, they gain fans because people enjoy the character that's partaking, not necessarily the sport.
The narrative.
Which is I kind of think like that's kind of what made McGregor and stuff so big. But that's like I don't watch a lot of boxing or don't pay a lot of attention to boxing either. But if Tyson Fury's fighting, I'll watch because I like his character and I like watching his narrative unfold. But I definitely think they're like good to watch. I think it's a good value to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're, you know,
Well, people love it, dude. People eat that shit up, dude. Pubs are packed when the UFC's on.
Whoa, I mean, it's because the thing is, it's not just like one thing that's on. It's multiple. They kind of show. There's like 4 or 5 fights within like the card.
Yeah.
You know,
Did Deji fight Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, he did. He did. And I think he like might have floored him at one point, or he got a really.
Yeah,
apparently he stumbled.
I saw the post match or the post fight interview, and Floyd was like, "Look, it seemed like actually quite a wholesome thing that was going on." But he's like, "Look, he got me. He got him in the head. Like there was a red mark on Floyd's eye."
So random how all these like YouTubers are just like getting into.
Well, they're just pumping money into boxing, so like why not? And all the boxing people are like, "Well, I can make fucking like, I don't know. I have no idea about finances in boxing, but let's say Floyd Mayweather makes 10 mil fighting, you know, a boxer his that would be actually a really good fight and the same status.
Well, he's retired.
Or he fights Jake Paul and makes 100 mil. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like when him and McGregor scammed the world and earned like $300 million each. Yeah.
What even happened with that? I can't even remember.
Oh, I don't even know, man.
Did they box?
They did. He lost. McGregor lost. But it was just the biggest piss take. And they pretty much just scammed everyone. Like, let's do this and make a heap of money together.
Yeah.
And then they just marketed it with like both being the biggest grubs in the press conferences.
Yeah.
Like just taking it way too far.
And then afterwards they were probably like hugging.
Yeah.
Because it was all just a
big ploy.
That's what I kind of just don't really get around. And like, I don't know. The only fight I was interested in was when Ronda Rousey was at the peak of her powers. And she got kicked in the head by Holly Holm. Do you remember that? Like 5 years ago?
Yep, I do. That was in Melbourne.
Yeah, she got knocked off.
That was in Melbourne.
Yeah, because Ronda Rousey was like...
She was the highest earning UFC fighter at that point out of women and men. Like of all fighters, she was the highest earning.
And then she got kicked in the head and never really heard of her again after that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. That was like her she never... I don't think she fought in the UFC after that.
Oh, really?
No. I think she went to WWE.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You see Logan Paul in the WWE, by the way?
No.
Dude, the guy's a beast.
Is he?
Yeah. He does like flips off the rope and stuff. It's insane.
I didn't know that. I don't really watch the WWE though.
Dude, it just comes off my TikTok.
Right.
And like, yeah, you know, I'm not saying I, love Logan Paul. He's obviously got a past.
Yeah.
But you can't credit where credit's due.
A backflip is always quite impressive. Same as riding a bike with no hands.
Equally as impressive. But it seems like people have kind of like Logan Paul seems to have sort of, I'm not saying what he did in the past was right. It absolutely
the Japanese
wasn't.
forest thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's kind of managed to get people sort of back on his side. It seems like he's genuinely become a better person for it. And like, he's actually working to be.
I think he kind of said that though.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
But like, what did he do? He put, when he went into that forest, the suicide forest in Japan, and he put that person's body on YouTube. Yeah, that was not a good choice.
Yeah.
That was not a good decision.
Well, we don't need to get into that.
No.
But I just mean like,
no.
the way that he's.
I forgot I kind of forgot for a second that was what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea when that was.
That was like a long time ago.
5 years ago?
That was longer.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
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 It was a weird time. Should we move forward?
Let's move forward. Let's go. I'll tell you something quickly. Most people out there have an iPhone, unless, let's face it, you're an Android nerd. Join the real world. So iPhone users, I don't know if everyone's got the new update.
I don't.
Thank you for saying that. I'm kind of scared of this new update because I don't want my phone to cark it if I update it.
How old is your phone?
It's like a couple years old. It's
like 2 or like 4?
Like 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to get a new phone because I feel like it might cark it if I do the update. But it's kind of meant I can't see the people's emojis.
I haven't noticed any. I haven't
noticed
just
like question marks.
Right.
Like you sent me one. There's just been question marks. So if people just send me those emojis and those question marks, I'm kind of like, okay, what am I?
Maybe you just haven't updated the emoji thing then.
Maybe, but I just don't want to do it. I do need a new phone though. Like the thing is absolutely cracked.
Yeah.
My phone's been, raw dogging its way through life for the last couple of years. If I'm being honest, it's just been Mate, it's got nothing on it. It's just like, it's just pure phone and glass.
Yeah.
And
Why'd you move that back?
I don't know. And I bought like a really expensive case, like a $200 case.
Phone case for $200.
Like screen protector, because I always break phones.
Dude, you could get a good phone case for like $10.
Yeah, but I broke like 4 phones literally in like 2-3 years. Like broke them, didn't work anymore, and I was like, okay, I spend money, I get a phone case, and I would do on everyone. I get a really good phone case, and on the last phone I had before that, I bought a really expensive one, and it's still cracked. It's still broke.
Why don't you just get one of the tradie ones?
But it was one of those ones.
They cannot be $200, bro. Are you
No,
kidding?
it was expensive. I don't know, 200. It was like $180, okay? And it's still cracked. And I just went, you know what? Fuck it. No phone case.
So, okay, that's where the raw dogging comes from.
Let it hang. Let it hang.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
sure.
you know, play fast and loose with it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where I'm at. But I do need a new phone, but I'm scared of updating it. But it is annoying not being able to see people's emojis. Because like you're like, what the fuck did you just send me?
Did I send you one?
Did you send me a love heart or did you send me a
Can you see like the salute
whatever?
emoji?
No.
Okay.
Is that what you sent?
Probably.
Okay, right.
That just like
do you have a favorite emoji? I think we've talked about this. Is going to sound really lame to be fair, but like, do you have?
Everyone does.
I think everyone like it sounds lame just talking about like an emoji, but you can't escape them. They're everywhere. Okay, there's literally an emoji movie.
Can I have a?
No. Do you have a favorite one? Everyone does. Everyone does.
I will say, I don't know if I have a like personal favorite. I really like The 3 that I use the most are like the skull.
Like the dead,
dead skull.
Yeah.
Because I use it for like a laughing emoji, but I also just really like skulls.
Okay, fair enough.
But I also really like the smirk. It's the only one. It's the only emoji that does like the facial expression that I'm trying. You know when you like raise your eyebrows and like look to the side.
It's cheeky.
It's cheeky.
It's cheeky.
It's the cheekiest of the emojis.
And used in the right context is, you know, like if you just sent that but you were like doing some cringe shit, it would be cringe. But if you use it correctly, it is like very cheeky.
Well, the smirk emoji can get you out of trouble because you can say the worst joke of all time and then just do a couple of smirks and they go, he's a little jokes to this guy.
Yeah. I like the handshake emoji personally.
Handshake one's good.
Because the handshake one's like can mean so much. Because if that's just like someone sends you a message, but you don't need to reply to it, you could just send a handshake emoji. Okay, sweet. Message received.
Yep.
You know?
Do you know my equivalent of that is the lock? I use the lock.
Yeah, you do. Yep. Yeah.
You go, see you at 10:30 tomorrow, I'll go lock.
Yep, you said that to me.
Because it's the same thing as going like that.
Yeah, you said that the other day. Also like the dance one.
I was going to say that too.
The guy
like
like that. Yeah, the disco. Yeah, that's cool. I like that one. But yeah, getting into it.
Anyway, glad we got through that.
Yeah, send us your favorite emoji, guys. Yeah, let's go, dude. Send them in.
But it's true. Everyone would have a favorite emoji, whether they want to admit it or not.
Everyone has them. I'm not a big user of them.
I'd say me and you are casual emoji users.
Yeah, very casual, but like people send a lot, particularly adults, like older people. I don't know why they like them so much, but they like. Or if I'm chatting to someone and they start using emojis, it throws me off.
Yeah,
it actually like throws me off a bit because I never use them, so I'm kind of like I'm uncomfortable with this. I'm uncomfortable with this conversation now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to reply properly to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? I get in situations where it's like, let's say you're texting your boss or something, and like the one I've been using a lot is the salute emoji. You don't have it, but it's like you can use it in the context of like, hey mate, on my way, running 5 late. But the salute means like I'm coming.
Yeah.
And it's like this sounds really odd, but it almost feels like a sign of respect.
Okay.
It's like, hey mate,
I'm sorry, I'm there.
The other day I sent one, hey mate, on my way, just waiting for a coffee. Salute emoji.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I quite like that one. Or it's like if you're telling someone that you're doing something, or like, I don't know, maybe you're addressing an issue with someone, and you can just throw the little salute emoji in there.
Yeah.
If you're like to your roommates, hey mate, can you just do the dishes? salute emoji. It just takes the edge off it.
Thank you for your service.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Takes
yeah.
the edge off the like aggressive, because text can come across aggressive.
So you're doing a passive aggressive salute emoji. To
Yeah,
people.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Have you been on the end of a salute?
No, not yet. Well, I
Or
can't see
maybe.
him. I can't see him. So I wouldn't know.
True. You probably haven't. You just haven't known.
Yeah,
It's just
I
come
wouldn't
across
know.
really deep.
Just like a question mark. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
What is that?
That's what I'm saying though, because it's confused me because I can't reply properly to people.
And it changes the whole vibe of the text too.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I was like, oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I see your issue now.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
I can't believe I didn't talk about this last week, but I'm glad you wrote it in today.
I was kind of ropeable that you didn't discuss this last week because I heard about this and I thought it wasn't true because I thought it was so funny, but
The lions that escaped from Taronga Zoo last
Five
week.
lions.
It's almost like such a nothing story in hindsight.
Well, it's just like comical. You're just like, how the hell did they get out? And like, it's just you just don't expect it.
It's literally Madagascar spec.
Yeah, literally. When this news did come out though, and I was looking it up, there was a 9 News article in particular that I enjoyed, so I will just read it out, or read out the quotes that I liked.
We'll just read the headline
Or
itself.
the headline
is
itself is
pretty
funny.
awesome.
9 News released this article. Guests told to run after 5 lions break free at Taronga Zoo. Now, when I saw that, I had a good chuckle. And it goes in to discuss how there was an integrity issue with the enclosure. And there was people staying at the zoo at the time when it happened. And this guy they interviewed says that they came running into the tent area saying, "This is a code 1. Get out of your tent and run. Come now and leave your belongings."
That's so etched, dude. Because your first thought, if you're staying at the zoo and someone said this is a code 1, you'd go, the lions got out.
Yeah,
But this is the day where it's actually happened. I've gone, yeah, no, they're
This is
out.
not a drill. The lions has actually escaped, and just like, and then they provide in the article. They say we had to run about 50, 70 meters before they closed the door, and they got everyone in and locked the door. And the lion enclosure is right at the back. Is right at the
Back.
kind of near it's near the entrance of the zoo.
Oh, is it?
Actually, yep.
We're just running our eye over
The map,
the
So-
topography of Taronga Zoo.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm just imagining the pure panic everyone would have got through. And then I like the back of the quote at the end of the article says, "The lions are now in the back of house holding area while full review continues." So to me, I'm just envisioning these lions like locked away in like an interrogation room and going, "Who let you out?
Who did it?
Who let you out? Who did it?"
Was it you, Kyle, you little shit?
Yeah. Simba, I know it was you.
Dude, I read into this.
Who do you work for?
I read into this and it was actually far less exciting than it sounds. As scary as that would have been being woken up to being like, hey, run, dude. The lions are out. There's actually 2 fences to the lion enclosure, which like you'd hope, I suppose. If they're going to get out of the first one, you'd hope there's a second one.
Yeah.
There was. I don't know how they got out of the first one in the first place, but anyway,
never know.
it was contained pretty quickly by the sounds of it.
I had a good chuckle at that. I thought that was funny.
I didn't even think about it literally being Madagascar spec though.
It literally, it's like Alex the Lion.
That is like a
Timeless movie.
that's like that being in that situation, like imagine being able to tell people you're at Taronga Zoo staying there and the lions got out. Imagine telling someone that at the pub.
That would be a good pub story. And you could definitely, and no one would know really, like, what actually happened. So
No.
you could put a fair bit of mayo. You could
I was
be
gonna
like,
say,
saw
you
it.
could- I might
You could be like,
use
I
this-
saw it.
When I go traveling next year, I'll tell people that I was one of them.
That you were there.
I got told to run,
That is a good
and I was
story,
like fending
actually.
them off and stuff.
That is a
Sounds
good.
sick.
That is a good story, actually, mate. Surely someone would be. I reckon people would believe that.
Oh, for sure.
You just, I
Mate,
told
the Brits would eat that up.
Yeah, they would. I told an American at my work because I work near the Old Manly Aquarium, and I told there's like a big kind of door like in the water, that's kind of open into the sea. that would open into the harbour.
What does it go? What's in the other side of it?
I don't know. It just opens into the aquarium, but it's like a turn one. It's sealed at the moment. But I said to her that I told her that it was an old aquarium, and she's like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "What happened? Like, what happened to it?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure, but when they wanted to let the animals out, they just opened that door and they all flowed into the harbour. That's how they got rid of all the animals."
Is that true?
No, it's a lie.
Oh, dude.
It's a straight lie. That's not what they did. Are you serious?
Well, I'm trying to work
They
out
all
what.
just get funneled out like vroom, into
Well, dude, I'm trying to work out what this door is for starters.
It's just like at the bottom of the aquarium and it's like underwater, but it's like a vaulted door. But they wouldn't have used that to get rid of them. It's like obviously a lie.
Yeah, okay.
As if you just believe that.
I don't know.
I actually told you it was a lie before I even started.
I'm
the
not gonna.
story.
I kind of zoned out for a sec. That's
Okay.
why I didn't hear that.
Well, now you and this American both have believed me when I've told that story.
Dude, can people chime in here and tell me that? I mean, they probably all heard you say this was a lie.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. It seems like the obvious way to get rid of them, though. Just open the door.
It does seem like that's what I thought when I saw it, and then I was like, I reckon I can make someone believe that. And
so
then
you
I
don't-
was standing out there holding a drinks tray, making small talk with my coworker, and I was like, "Yeah, I used to be an aquarium, but and just it's some opportunity."
Yeah, I totally zoned out for the start of that.
It's kind of
So you actually don't know if it's true or not. You've spun that yarn, but it could be true.
I mean, it could be, but it's definitely not. You reckon they just opened it up and went, "All right, boys, see you later," and they all just went one by one, just.
Dude, I'm on the back foot here. I'm just.
Yeah, you
Let
are
me-
on the back
Let
foot.
me get out of this corner, please.
Nah, you are on the back foot, mate. Speaking of being on the back foot, podcast industry on the back foot a little bit.
Why so?
You know the new Instagram thoughts thing that
No.
people have? You know how there's like stories or like in DMs and then there's now the little thoughts bar? It's like a BYO podcast in my way. In a way.
I have no idea what
Because
you're
people can just say you can say whatever you want and just like have a little think bubble.
Wait, where is it? I don't even know what you're talking
Pass
about.
my phone. Assistant.
Nice.
Okay.
This might be.
This-
Is this an Instagram update? Must be.
Yeah, have you not seen this?
No. What are you doing on the Barflies account?
Yeah. See, look. Share a thought with friends. This thing. Have you not seen that?
Ah, who does
Yeah.
it go to?
All your followers. It's like a thought thing, and then it just like sends out to everyone, and you can reply to it. So it's
That's
like
cringe.
another version of like a story.
That's cringe.
Yeah, but it's like pretty much what we do here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Yeah. Wait, don't tell them, but that's pretty much what we.
That's what we do.
That's what we try.
It's just like Facebook statuses, no?
Yeah, it is a bit like a Facebook status
Slash
actually,
Twitter.
because that's what they say on Facebook, like what's on your mind, and then you can type whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it is like a Facebook status.
Mm.
I haven't seen a good Facebook status in a long time, and I haven't seen many good ones of those either. To be fair, I think people have just been like putting stuff on.
Yeah.
There's this one guy who's I might unfollow because of it because I met him through uni, but he just keeps on putting like really toxic quotes up on it. And I'm not sure if it's like a joke or not, but I'm kind of
Like future quotes.
like kind of like future quotes, but I'm not sure if he's like being serious. But it's not like they're kind of like future quotes, but not real. Like
Is it a bit like incel-y?
I don't know. It's
like-
just a bit weird.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I'm like, I don't think that's what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, anyway,
that's neither here nor there.
it's here nor there. But I don't know. I've just saying no, it's not really. And I was going to get your thoughts, but you haven't even.
I don't even think I have it. Let me open mine.
I haven't yet to see a good one.
Well, the only good Facebook statuses you see are when people share their ones from when they were like 11.
Like I saw actually, to be fair, I saw a like for a TBH on there.
Did you ever do that?
No,
I did it.
Yeah.
Does that shock you?
no.
Oh,
No, actually,
I remember doing like in year 7, doing like a like for a TBH.
I don't think I got a Facebook until year 8.
Oh, really?
My parents wouldn't let me get to till I was 13.
Yeah, I think I got it like yeah.
I tried to. Oh, this is so fucking grim. But I tried to make a Facebook account when I was in like year 7 or year 6 or something. I think I was in year 6. I tried to make a Facebook account, and my and then my mum found out somehow, and then she made me delete it. She came to me and she's like, "Oh, you got Facebook?" And I was like, No, I did.
No.
No, I didn't. No swear. She's like, I know you did. And I was like, oh fuck.
You would have been so wigged out by that as well. At
I
the
was so
time.
rattled. I did not stay cool, calm, and collected under pressure.
No, naturally.
Yeah, I crumbled. But yeah, I had to delete it. And then I got it. I remember getting it back, and it was weird getting it so late. But I just felt like everyone has like Instagrams now. Like kids have Instagram when they're like 10.
Yeah, dude, kids have that stuff
They
young.
start young now.
Well, it's like when you see kids on TikTok and stuff, and you're like, when you read comments, sometimes you can't tell how old people are, but sometimes you can tell they're literal children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's very odd. It's
Yeah.
kind of scary in a way.
Yeah, it is weird. It's like a whole generation brought up on social media.
I know. What do you?
I mean, we're pretty like been brought up on it a lot. We always end up talking about this kind of stuff, but
I didn't have a touch screen. I remember like touchscreen iPods were like the thing when we were young.
yeah, I had one.
I had one. I got mine the last out of my friends, and I think that was in year 6. So I still had the majority of my
I
childhood.
didn't get one till year 8.
Really?
Yeah.
So I would have been in year 7 at the time.
Yeah.
So a year after me.
I had an iPod Shuffle.
Yeah, I had a shuffle.
I had a Shuffle. But yeah, as far as like, it's just weird the concept of like, you know, like literally a whole generation of kids are going to be brought up through TikTok, social media, etc.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how it is to like monitor as a parent, and
I
like
reckon it'd be tough
it'd be really tough.
because you have no idea what they'd be watching,
No,
like the algorithm and stuff.
and they'd just be clicking on the next video, sort of thing,
Yeah.
based on like the thumb. They don't understand any of that stuff.
No, and like that, you know, like stuff they'd just be like seeing. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like some raucous stuff.
There is
pops
some
up sometimes.
absolutely raucous stuff on
like
TikTok.
mate,
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
I wonder if there's like the way we.
Well, I didn't have a phone with internet until I was in year 9.
Yeah, same.
I just had like a little brick phone for like 2 years.
Same.
And then my friend broke it. He dropped it down 3 flights of stairs, didn't break, then decided to cut it with a pair of scissors.
You did or he did?
He did. I don't know why he did it, but anyway, it was weird. Then he realized afterwards, someone went, "Is that Zander's phone that you're cutting up with scissors?" And he went, "It is actually. I just realized that." So then funnily enough, his dad actually worked at Optus, and then he came back in the next day and went, "Oh, sorry about your phone. Here's my old one." And it was like a way better phone than I had.
Oh, awesome.
And then I don't know how the plan was still hooked up to his one, but I got free text and like 4G on it.
Dude, that's big from him.
Yeah, it was mad.
Well, he pulled strings for you because he worked at Optus.
Yeah, I
guess.
don't know. It was just his old phone. I was like, sweet.
Yeah, right.
Say less.
Well, I remember like in early high school, I used to take like I had a Vodafone phone and it had like a little screen and a keyboard. And I'd also take my iPod Touch so I could play games.
True.
So my phone was so I could text like,
Birds.
all my... Beat me to
After
it.
putting out all your like for TBHs on the show.
Yeah. Well, I bring my phone to school so I could text all my girls. Be like, "Hey, mum, what's for dinner?"
Yeah.
And then I'd take my iPod Touch so I could play 8-ball pool.
Yeah. Beautiful. I remember everyone used to play COD Zombies on that iPod in
Yes.
class.
Yeah. Good
beast.
times.
Yeah, good times.
Did you have the Halo like computer game?
We did.
And every time you'd get a sub, everyone would just be like, Halo.
We literally played Halo for the entire of year 10, like term 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then because we do on LAN, so people would open a lobby.
Yeah, and you'd all
And
play
like
at the
everyone,
same-
yeah,
dude,
and like
good
the
stuff.
whole year was playing it, and then everyone started figuring out who it was. And you'd be in the yard thing. It's like, "Oi, you fucking killed me!" You know? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. My mate who like would often start the server, he was this Islander kid. He had aimbot.
Oh no. That's so cooked.
And no one found out for ages about it. And then one day he like must have just given in and he's like, well, I'm going to let people know. And the way of letting people know, because we're in a really small year group
Yeah.
and it was just amongst my class. So it would have been like 15 of us playing. And me and him were like tight at the time. And we joked about it for a lot of high school in the end. But there was a one class where he was doing like 360 no scopes and stuff. And I was just going, the whole class was just going, Jimmy, how do you keep headshotting me, dude, on these things? And then later, I remember like that day at lunch, she was like, "Yeah, dude, I had aimbot on that whole time." I was like, "You dog!"
For anyone that doesn't know what aimbot is, it's like it's like hacking the game. So
You,
that you
you
can't
press
miss a shot.
control and your gun locks onto their head. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's what.
Mate, that is the ultimate dog ass. What an absolute dog. Are you kidding me? Good times, though.
Yeah,
Good times.
good to reminisce.
Do you know what's really funny? This story's actually just popped into my mind now.
Mm.
It's maybe only funny for me because it was just, I don't know. It was comical. So we had this one teacher and he was like a bit older. He was probably like mid-40s, but he was still in quite good nick. He loved his footy, loved his cricket. And he was a bit one of those teachers where he kind of wanted to be a part of the boys, but he was like
Yeah.
a little bit older.
Yeah, okay.
So he'd always just join in on the sports, like
Yeah.
that we'd play during PE, because he's my PE teacher in year 10.
Mm.
And we had a class of like tryhards.
Right.
There was a couple, it was like me
Well,
and
you were in it.
yeah, me and a couple of like soccer boys and then a bunch of the footy boys. So no matter what we'd play, it was like the World Cup.
Yeah,
And it was
everyone's
awesome.
going,
We
yeah.
loved it. But he loved cricket and none of us liked cricket. So every time we'd play cricket, eventually halfway through the class, he'd go, someone would get out, he'd go, "All right, boys, give me the bat. I'm going in for a knock." And he'd go in and just like
See ya.
send us all around the oval.
That's such a fucking big dog. move
Yeah.
from him.
Anyway, there was this one class where we went over to the oval to play touch, and he decided to join in.
Yeah.
And I was on this team with one of the like sort of like the bigger dudes in my class and in the year in general. He was a footy boy through and through. And I remember I kicked the ball up, like I put up a bomb, last tackle sort of thing. And my teacher's under it. He's like, it's mine.
He's locking in for the bread basket.
And the guy on my team, this dude who would have been bigger than the teacher, has run through like Billy Slater-esque, like jumped up, tried to catch this ball, and his hip has probably like gone into like my teacher's chest and his head, and like he's knocked my teacher on the ground. And my teacher is and we're in year 10 at the time, so we're like 15, 16. No one's like, everyone's pissing themselves, like laughing. The teacher could have been seriously hurt. It was kind of concerning in hindsight. And he's just lying on his back. And then we're all like pissing ourselves. And eventually he goes, "You boys don't even care about me."
He's so cut. He's so cut.
Dude, it was so funny. And it was funny because at that point we knew he was all right
Yeah.
as well. So it's like we knew he was fine. He was like, "You boys don't even care about me." He's just lying there on the ground, like looking straight
Just
up.
like concussed, like needs to be HIA.
Oh, mate. Actually, I haven't thought about that in years. That was so funny.
Oh, that's
He was the teacher who'd like wear a polo, tuck his shirt into like some footy shorts,
Yeah.
and then wear like New Balance with high socks.
What a G.
Yeah, he was. I'd love to run into him in the street. He's such a nice guy.
What a legend.
He was the teacher who put me in the touch team.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he see your almighty intercept? Your famous intercept?
Nah, that was during lunch. That was during lunchtime. Unless
Yeah.
he was scouting me from like top.
Probably.
Nah, it was because we were we used to play touch in PE.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway, that's by the by. I've got to stop living in our prime.
Gotta stop living
Zander and I.
Yeah, gotta stop living in the heyday, mate.
Where are we at? 53. You want to cover anything else before we move on?
Yeah, I do. Actually. Sorry about that. I was just reading. It's difficult for me. Here we go. So we were at a work drinks the other night. I was at a drink. I shouldn't say work drinks.
You can say that. Why can you not say that?
Okay, I was at a work drinks.
You have drinks with your work friends. Sometimes
Yeah.
It just happens.
And like people were going around on the table and being like, "Oh, what's like a weird thing?" I don't know how it came up. I didn't start this. I was talking to someone else, and then all of a sudden I had to answer the question, and it was, "What is like a weird thing about your body?" I don't know.
Oh,
It was
such a weird question.
Weird question to ask to begin with. I wasn't really about it, but everyone on the table seemed very enthusiastic about it. So I was like, "Okay, I won't be a loser. I'll just jump in. I'll do it." So everyone's like, going doing it, and I told them like my appendix was in the wrong spot. Like that was my odd thing, which they were all like found very interesting because it is. And I went to the next person, and then the last person, and actually lucky it was the last person because it kind of killed the whole conversation. It was like, yeah, my toenail splits into two. And everyone's like, oh, yeah. And they're like, oh, I'll show you. And everyone's like, oh, all right. And then, like, everyone's got drinks on the table. And she goes, look. Killed it instantly. Killed the conversation. Everyone went, oh, nice. It was like, no one wants to see it. We hear about it.
That's odd.
Yeah, it was odd. It was. I had a great chuckle about it.
Put it on silent. Is it on silent?
Yeah.
It just ding.
Yeah, I just put it on silent
Okay.
then when I heard ding. It was a great. It was odd, but it was like I was watching, just going,
Watching this unfold.
What had just happened? Because everyone kind of saw it and went quiet, and then just turned away. And I felt kind of bad because this was the last person who's probably been so keen to talk about their thing
Clearly.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they get to them and they show them, and everyone just goes, oh. And there was way weirder stuff than that.
Yeah.
And everyone went, oh.
Was anything really weird?
No, not really, to be fair.
That is
Not
kinda-
super
that
weird.
is
like
kinda-
people double jointed. I find that really weird when people are double jointed because I'm not. And like when people can like twist their arm weird or like dislocate their shoulder and pop it back in and shit. When
That is
they-
kind of
'cause they're
odd.
like, you know, when people can like pull their arm all the way back and stuff.
Yeah.
Freaks.
That stuff's weird.
Freaks.
I don't really have a sternum. Either that or it's like
What
I don't know what the word is.
What is a sternum?
It's the bone in between, like under your pectorals.
Oh, right.
And like in front of your rib cage.
Right.
I assume I have one, but it's like it goes inwards.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Weird.
I'm not gonna get it out. I'm not gonna get my rig out right
yeah,
now.
don't show me. I don't want to see it.
You would have seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah, I have seen it, to be fair. A lot. I've seen it a lot.
Why'd you make that so weird?
I don't know. I actually don't know why I made that so weird, to be fair. I out of nowhere, I just lost momentum in my train of thought. Like that.
You just got a bit panicked.
I just got panicked. I got thrown.
Spend a bit of time on the back foot. You should be used to that.
I know. I do spend a lot of time on the back foot. From nowhere. So
That's kind of just, I guess that's a kind of a testament to how awkward that conversation is and probably should just have not been brought up in the first place. By
shouldn't-
that person, not by you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so awkward.
My group of friends usually just go around the table and see who can do the best hi homie.
Yeah, but that's fun, though.
I know it's funny as.
Yeah, I love
Do you know what's funny about that? Okay, for the people listening who don't know what I'm talking about, I think it was actually EJ. It was EJ. I'm going to give EJ the credit here. They've come up with this idea that you have to go around the table and do your best Marge Simpson impression, where you say hi homie in her voice, and you'll often do it at like a prees or a kick-ons or just the time you're sitting around a table drinking. But people don't like doing it. I think for the sense that like they've never tried doing it before, so they don't know what's going to come out of their mouth.
Yeah, but that's
And it's also just like the spotlight's on them for a second.
But the embarrassment is the funny part of it. Like,
Yeah.
that's like the funnest
You're all
part.
riding this train together. Like
Yeah.
everyone's embarrassed.
Everyone's doing it. Like no one sounds good.
And it's more awkward when you like refuse to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
You know
do
what
it.
I mean?
And now it's like when you do it, it's moved. It's gone from hi homie to like do your best Bane, do your best
Batman.
Voldemort,
Yeah.
Batman.
It's so fun.
Or like any impression. If you
Yeah.
can do like a kind of half do an impression or an accent or something, like just do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's your one? Jerry Seinfeld. Like guys,
We did-
everyone do your best Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, we did
You're
that.
the only one that can do it.
I can't even really do it.
It's
to be
pretty
fair.
good.
It's
I'll
not
give it to you.
it's not great.
It's the best one I've heard.
Thank you.
That's not saying it's not from the biggest pool of all
Yeah.
time. Anyway, how do we get here?
I don't know.
Let's keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's get into a back page. I didn't do one with D'Lo last week. So we've probably got a lot to cover. Lots happened. Australia bowed out of the T20 World Cup.
Correct.
Let's do a bit of that because England booked their spot in the final in emphatic fashion.
Yeah, they smashed India. They absolutely rolled them. That was cool. That was good to see. I was kind of like didn't really care who won or lost out of England and India because I don't want either of them to win.
Yeah.
I really wanted Pakistan to win. I actually watched this game at the Stain, and it was a really good game. And to be fair, Pakistan's best bowler got injured, and he still had 2 overs left to bowl, and he got injured.
Right.
And it was at the most crucial point of the game, at the end of the game. And I think there was a 13 run and ball gap. So
They came
there was-
really close.
there was
didn't
more runs than
Yeah.
there was balls by like 13. And then he got injured, and then some part-timer bowled it, and he got spanked, made up the difference, then they won the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I watched the tail end at work.
But yeah, it was a shame because I think they would have won had that not happened. I genuinely think they would have won. But yeah, it was good. Good. It was a pretty good tournament, but not that it was. I don't know. I just think those washed out games really kind of
Killed the
vibe of it a bit. Like so many washed out games early just kind of made it. Like some teams played 3 games. Played it all like less.
Yeah.
Half the games they were supposed to
annoying.
play.
Australia also didn't have like the greatest campaign of all time.
No.
If Australia won it, you would have been like, that was awesome. That was an awesome World Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think them being so like disappointing / underwhelming.
Well, all the games Australia played last year, I swear they were all like super close games. Every game they won, they just won. Which I think maybe is why I enjoyed the competition better because like every game I was watching, I was like, oh, this is a really, really close game.
What do you see for Australia's future in the T20 format? Do you see changes in that squad? How do they? When's their sort of net? When do they have to address that next? And what do you think will happen? When's the next T20 sort of?
Next T20 World Cup, they do them every 2 years.
But does Australia have more T20 duties between now and then?
Yeah, they will. They do have more games, like just
one-offs and stuff.
I don't know. I feel like the thing is, you've got like a whole competition in Australia where you are trying to create, like, grow the game of T20 and like grow the talent pool of players. And you've got players who get ignored when they outperform actual Australian players in that competition on home turf. Which I think is... And then those players might play 1 or 2 games, and if they don't play well in both games, they'll just get dropped and they won't play again for ages. But it's like you've got players like Maxwell who won't play well for, multiple games in a row over periods, have 2 good games, and then all is kind of forgiven.
Yeah.
Because they get picked on their ability to impact, but they don't actually always...
Impact.
They don't always bring it to the game.
Sure.
And like, although Glenn Maxwell's a great player, but how many times have you seen him when we need to stay in, he decides to reverse, like switch hit one straight into a fielder, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's done it so many times. So I don't know. I feel like they're definitely personnel change on the cards. I did say that beforehand that if they didn't back it up, I feel like they would definitely. This is the last chance for a lot of those players. Matty Wade still played all right, to his credit, but I don't think he'd be there at the next World Cup. I don't think Aaron Finch will. I don't think Maxwell will, and I don't think.
How old's the Stoin?
Stoin's 30, 31, and like out of the bowlers, I don't know if even Pat Cummins would maybe not play at the next T20 World Cup.
He doesn't seem like from my sort of like talking to people about it, he doesn't seem like the right...
Nah, he's good.
Even in a T20 format?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's good. But like they all bowl a bit differently. I think Mitchell Stark is Hazelwood's probably our best pace bowler in the one-day T20 format. So I think he'd stick around. Mitchell Stark, his focus is on Test cricket, so it just depends how he wants to play. If he wants to drop white ball to play Test cricket. But yeah, I feel like they do need to make a change and even like maybe make a bold change, bowlers and batters. I feel like we won that World Cup. It was sweet. It was cool. We lost this one. Didn't back it up on home soil. Something needs to change. I'd like to see players like Philippi, McDermott, bowler Nathan Ellis is really good. I'd like to see he come in. Zampa would stay. He's still our best spin option. But yeah. But pick from... And like Jai Richardson come in as well. He's always the top wicket taker in the BBL if he stays fit.
Okay.
Like he's sensational.
Yeah, and he's played Test cricket now as well. So it's kind of interesting that his name... I didn't really see his name get thrown around.
Well, the thing is, he's like tipped... I think he had an injury and he wanted to focus on red ball cricket. So he's playing the Shield. But like he's like one of our best... He's like amazing in both formats. Good pace, good slow balls, good bouncer, good everything. But like, I think he just can continue to be overlooked because obviously you've got the big three in front of him. And then in the test format, you've got the big three, and now you've got Scott Boland, who kind of took his spot. That was supposed to be Jai Richardson's. And then because it was at the MCG, they brought in Scott Boland. Scott Boland takes 10,000 wickets in 2 games, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, is what it is for him. But I feel like it would suck not to see, because I reckon in England particularly, Jai Richardson would be like the next Ashes series coming up over there. Jai Richardson in the Test team would be unstoppable.
Will he be in the squad?
Oh, you'd say in the extended squad for sure. Yeah,
Like he'll travel.
he'll travel. He'll play the warm-up games, I'd say, if he's fit. But I think he would be a phenomenon in England. I think he would be amazing.
Well, would I be wrong in saying there generally seems to be like a little bit of rotation in the attack, especially just like with injuries and sort of the wear and tear as the summer goes on?
Yeah.
Like he will get time.
He will get time at some point just through injuries and stuff, but it's just when. When is
And
the
isn't he
answer.
young still?
Yeah, but like I think everyone thinks I think he's like 26 or something now, 25. But he's like, he was the young hot prospect, and now I think he's coming into like the best years of his bowling, and it's like, well, is he just going to keep sitting on the sidelines for ages? So we'll see.
When's Australia's next test? Or first test, I should say. Is there ODIs to
End
be
of
played?
end of November, I think, is the first one.
Is there ODIs to be
There
played?
is ODIs against England like this week, and Saturday I think the first one is. I'm not sure who'll play. I think they'll mix up. I think they'll just chuck in whoever for that. I don't think any of the test players will play.
Is it just like an exhibition match sort of thing?
No, it's a series, but I think they'll just play players like, who
Jai.
didn't play in the World Cup, maybe Jai, whoever. But yeah, then West Indies and then South African for the test squad for the test series. So I'm so keen for the test series. Holy crap, I'm so excited. It's going to be so good. South Africa and Australia always play really tight series, I find. And South Africa's bowling attack is red hot at the moment. Great side, great bowling attack, led by Rabada. I like what he's a great bowler. I'm really excited to see him play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is that the one at the end of November?
No, I think it's West Indies first,
Okay.
and then South Africa. Yeah.
Awesome. I love Test cricket. Test cricket in the Australian summer.
Yeah.
Just having that on in the background.
Just
so
having
good.
it on.
Well, you watch it at home. You go to work. It's on the TV. You're still watching. You come back from work. It's still on.
Sensational.
Wickets getting taken. It's just really good stuff.
It's just hot to try.
You know, it was awesome at the end of the last test when Australia were attacking, trying to take one final wicket.
Yeah.
And there was like the whole. Do you remember that? They were all like really close in around the wicket.
Yeah.
Trying to take that last ball.
Yeah, that
and
was-
Smudge took a wicket, I think, in there, didn't he? Do you
Maybe.
remember?
Or he got it in the test before.
Yeah.
In the Sydney one. They did the same thing
Same
where
thing,
everyone
yeah.
was standing
Yeah,
there.
I think that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that was cool. But at the Hobart one, they're doing it as well.
And I think they did just get by though, didn't they? It was a draw in the end.
In Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. They
Yeah.
just got through. But yeah, that was I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. Speaking of World Cups, Rugby League World Cup.
Only took 20 games to get to a good one.
Oh,
First two
I
good
feel like,
games of the
how
World
long
Cup.
has this competition gone for? It feels like it's gone for a long time.
3 weeks.
It's not, you know what? None of the games have been that good until the semi-finals.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
took us this long
and
to
we
get.
did say that a couple of weeks ago as well.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad,
Yeah,
but I lost
think-
interest pretty quickly.
Well, I watched the semi-final.
Yeah, I finished work.
I watched both.
I finished work at 1:30 and we were playing pool and I turned the TV on and it was on.
Yeah.
I was like, how good's this?
Yeah, I watched Samoa England game. That's one of the best games I've watched in a long time.
I didn't pick Critter to kick the field goal.
All neither did England.
No.
No. That was one of the best games I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and to
Just
bounce
quietly.
back from, what did they lose by?
60-4 or something.
Yeah.
60-6 against them in the first game.
Mm.
And now and then they beat them. That was an awesome game to
Yep.
watch. Like just try for try, end to end, then field goal to ice it. Massive forward pass though. That gave them the ball back in England's half after Golden Point. Like-
England did a forward pass.
Yeah, like massive forward pass.
Okay.
Like out of dummy half as well. Like a coach killer.
Yeah, that cost them.
Like cost them big.
Australia, New Zealand, Australia, Samoa, excuse me.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Sunday morning.
I'll
The
be-
New
I'll-
Zealand Australia game as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
It sucks that such a soft try kind of cost New Zealand in the end. It looked like, and I'm going to call him out, Brandon Smith not getting in the line, and he missed that tackle on Cam Murray to crash over under the posts, which, you know, in the end cost New Zealand the victory. They were the better side. Imagine a New Zealand Samoa final.
That would have been unreal.
Yeah, I'll be barracking for Samoa this
Yeah,
weekend.
I want Samoa to beat.
I think
Australia.
everyone will be.
Yeah.
In a way.
But I'm glad Junior Polo got cleared.
Yeah, me too.
That was lucky. But I'm keen. Yeah, I'm pumped. I reckon it's gonna be such a good game.
I'm not going to watch it.
Huh?
I'm not going to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
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 Are you going to stay up from Saturday night? Or are you going to go to bed?
I don't know.
Do you have work?
No, not on Sunday. I don't think. I'm gonna get up and watch it. I think it's gonna be a good game regardless. I'm keen to. I'm so keen to watch Luai versus Cleary and Luai versus Munster as well. I reckon he's gonna go off, mate. He's gonna be going crazy. It's gonna be such a good watch.
Do you know what I was trying to do last
Tim
night?
Laffey's been playing like prime Greg Inglis
Yeah, I
as
know,
well the
right?
last couple of weeks.
I know, it's insane.
He
Do you
never did that for the Bulldogs or the Dragons.
You could always kind of see it there. He was very hot and cold, but you could every now and then you'd go, oh.
I'll tell you what,
That was a really
I
good try.
well and truly only saw the cold.
Oh, you didn't see
But
the hot?
Look, he's been playing red hot, so credit
Mate,
where
it's good to
credit's due.
see. I was when I was lying in bed last night for no reason, just to try and keep myself up, I suppose. I was trying to pick the 5 best players in the comp.
Yeah. And what did you pick? What did you come up with?
I can't remember exactly,
Well, now
but
that
it went something along the lines of Cleary, Munster, Tedesco.
Cherry Evans.
No,
You don't think Cherry Evans is
No.
a top 5 player?
no.
Latrell.
See,
Don't
this is
say
where-
no.
No, I'm not going to say no. I'm saying this is where it gets
Nico.
tricky. Pappenhausen. Like it just after those 3. Who did I say?
Tommy Turbo.
Turbo. How could I forget Isaiah Yo? Like, it's so hard. Isn't it hard? You can literally go Cleary and Munster, and then after that, it's like Ben
Teddy
Hunt
and Teddy.
and Teddy.
Teddy. That's 3.
Ben Hunt.
Nico.
See, they're all top 10 players. Latrell, Luai. They're all
Oh.
definitely top 10. Who sneaks into the 5? Let's not do it now.
Don't break my brain. All I'm going to say is that, mate, Luai right now is proving why he's the fucking GOAT.
I know, and I love how people are
I've
still criticizing him.
And I've
It's like-
always said it.
Yeah. You've always been in his corner.
I'm always Team Luai for years.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
I'm glad now that he's proving everyone wrong.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, it's not that he hasn't, it's just people still just like refuse to believe how good he is.
Yeah. I think it's just because they just don't like him.
No, they don't like his arrogance. I feel like it's a bit tall poppy syndrome. / I
Definitely.
feel like it's a bit of like the older generation not liking the younger generation
Yeah,
and the way
exactly.
that, which is fair enough.
But as well, like, if you want to be good, you got to be a bit arrogant. You think Michael Jordan wasn't arrogant?
Yeah.
Come on. Kobe Bryant? Come on now.
The guy's called Black Mamba for crying out loud.
He's a beast, mate. He's a gun.
Just while we're on rugby league,
Yeah.
Jackson Hastings, David Clemmer.
Oh, that is so weird. That I think it's so good for the Knights. Like, great. That is exactly what the Knights need. But it's also, like, in reverse. The Tigers also needed a number 7, and I'm not sure why they got rid of their best one.
It's an interesting one.
And they keep staying on Brooks Island.
It's a very interesting one. From my perspective, I think I was just saying to you before the pod, I've kind of gotten good at like taking my emotion out of, supporting the Tigers. It's worn me down over so many years. These things tend not to faze me too much anymore. It's annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
But the sort of recruitment and retention strategy that's going on at the Tigers at the moment is that every player that's signed beyond 2025 is approved by Benji.
Right.
So he's got a list of players that are either going to be there or aren't going to be there. The Tigers saw Hastings as a lock, like a 13. They didn't see him as a 7, at least long term. I'm not saying I agree nor disagree with any of this. I'm just telling you
How it is.
from the Tigers' perspective. They didn't see Hastings as a 7. They saw him as a lock. So I assume Benji didn't see him as a 7 beyond 2025. Hastings got offered a 3-year deal at the Knights where he was guaranteed the 7 jersey. He asked for a release from the Tigers last week. No one knows about this. Only came out this morning. So he asked for a release to take up a better deal, and the Tigers got Clemmer in return. And yeah, it might be a short-term loss. Like this year, our team's going to be worse off without Hastings for sure. But he wasn't a part of our long-term plans anyway.
So it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't really
David
matter.
Clemmer is a great the forward pack now for the Tigers is like real deal.
Yeah.
Real deal stuff.
Yeah.
Like proper that is like stacked.
It's a top 8 forward pack.
That is like that.
Especially if we get Bateman.
Literally, if you get him, it's well and truly on.
It's a top 8 forward pack.
Like that is like,
And that's an objective opinion.
I'm saying that as well. Like, not even a fan. I just think
That
it's gonna look really good. And I think like I hope they don't like stuff around to play. Like they stay loyal to some of the players who've been there for a little bit. Like especially, I'm thinking about him in particular, like Joe Offengawi, who last year was probably the Tigers' best player.
Yeah. But wait, are you saying they shouldn't stick?
No, they should. I'm saying I hope they
yeah.
reward him
Yeah.
by keeping him in that pack because he was the only consistent player for them last year. Every game,
agreed.
he showed up and performed.
Well, he
And
got
I-
our player of the year.
Yeah.
He'll be our 13, I think, especially now Hastings is gone.
Yeah.
That's what I'd assume.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not. It will be interesting, though, for the first time in his career, Brooks will be playing behind a good forward pack with a good hooker.
I wonder.
Which
yeah.
will just be like interesting to see. That's all I'm saying.
I think if
I'm neither
Brooks-
here nor there with it.
I think if Brooks and Dewey, not just Brooks, but if Brooks,
also Dewey, for
if
sure.
Brooks and Dewey can't get it done with like, or at least look like,
Solid. At least
Look-
make improvement.
or
yeah.
look like can't. Well, it's like pretty easy to improve when you finish last. But I mean, like, don't look like threatening any teams
yeah.
that are challenges for the 8.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna be like, okay, well, one of them is to go.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know. Again, Madge was a very conservative coach, is the way that he's described amongst the Tigers faithful. He was a conservative coach. He played for sort of the 12-8 wins.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've got Benji and Robbie and Tim Sheen's back, which is kind of like what orchestrated that.
Well, I feel like teams don't. That's just like not how teams play anymore. Though.
Exactly.
Like, look at like the game's so much faster. There's no grappling.
Look at the
and stuff.
Cowboys.
Like, you literally took the words out of my mouth. The Cowboys, Sharks as well.
Yeah.
The Panthers, to an extent, played a lot of really expansive footy. Like, yeah, they will grind you out of a game, but they'll still make a line break from in their own half more often than not. You know.
Which is kind of what I'm just hoping to see a
Storm.
little bit more dynamic in the Tigers' attack. A little
Flair.
bit, yeah. I think Appy's the guy. I think without Appy in that team's still not looking great.
Yeah.
But he's a big
Dane
shift
Laurie
in that.
as well had a good year last year. I think he'll be.
He was solid. He's definitely like his first year was kind of his best. He was off and on last year. People are kind of writing him off. He's one of the players that's got a question mark over him for 25 because they've reached out to other fullbacks since Benji's gotten to the club. So I think this will be a big year for Dane.
Stephen Crichton could be. Do you reckon they'd make a move for Crichton to play fullback?
Maybe.
Because Panthers won't have the money to keep Crichton if he keeps playing like he's playing.
Yeah, maybe. And he wants to play fullback too.
Yeah.
Manu's going to be on the market soon. Surely, dude. He's got to play fullback. He's too good.
I know. Fullback or 6.
Get his hands on the footy.
Or 6.
Like Suwali's proven this World Cup, he's going to be the guy for the Roosters long term, I think. Teddy to Suwali's a more an easier.
Yeah, it's weird.
Manu's been, even though he's so good, he's been caught in this middle thing.
But also, like, he could win a
He could win
premiership.
He could win 3 prems in the next year with the Roosters.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, at what point does he go, I want to go and play fullback?
Yeah, I know. Like, how much? Like, glory's good, but what do you want? Where do you want to play? I don't know. But I guess you'd have to ask him.
He seems happy at the
He
Roosters.
seems happy at the Roosters. I was just going to say, did you see the Sonny Bill got knocked out?
Who by?
Mark Hunt? You know,
I did. I saw like an Instagram photo. I haven't seen any highlights or anything.
So, like I know everyone always talks about like Sonny Bill boxing and stuff, and like I've never actually seen him
Neither.
box anyone. Like,
Neither.
have you? Like, because you know, like Paul Galton does the boxing, but he like will fight someone every 5 months.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But I've actually never seen no, I've seen him fight once, and like the fight was against some like amateur guy. It's like someone's dad kind of thing, you know. But then he like fought, and this was like then he fought like Mark Hunt, and like who's a ex heavyweight champion, like ex heavyweight division, like knockout expert, and he got done.
Yeah.
He got like the punch is like pretty gnarly though if you've watched it.
Okay, I haven't. I'll have to check it. Like you said, I've never seen him box either.
I've never seen him box, but like, can you imagine trying to box Sonny Bill though? Like the guy is when he was in the ring in the highlights when he's standing there. Like Mark Hunt is a big guy, and Sonny Bill towers over him. Like he is just out and out like athlete. Like when you see him, there's just like he's just ripped.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's impressive.
it's impressive. Like he like specimen, mate.
yeah.
Specimen.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking, I was like, that is like crazy.
Yeah. Freak of nature. You see those guys. Joey Manu was one I was thinking of the other day. To be that big with that much flair and agility. Like imagine walking past Joey Manu in the street.
It'd be
I'd be
huge.
6'5" and like a meter
It'd be
wide.
massive. It'd be huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. What an athlete. Yeah.
Interesting point. I'll have to watch the Sonny Bill highlights. Do you know his record?
No, that's the thing. I can't even remember him fighting.
Should I have a look? See if I can find
Have a
it.
look.
Sonny Bill boxing record.
Now, do we have time? Oh, we've gone. This is gonna be a long one today.
That's fine. We did an hour 20 with D-Lo last week.
So CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui.
Sonny Bill's 9-1-0.
See, I've never even seen him fight someone before.
4 knockouts.
Really?
Is Sonny Bill Williams good at boxing?
I've
He's
never.
a 9-0 as a professional boxer to take
Until-
up the sport until, I guess the weekend.
I had no idea he'd even fought. I thought he'd fought one guy,
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, must have.
and he just like always talks about it. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. CR7. What's happening? 'Cause
Did the
I've-
interview with Piers Morgan, an explosive interview. Explosive.
Can you kind of give me the sort of very brief rundown of what's happened this season with Ronaldo at United? He's been benched and like leaving the ground early and stuff like that?
I think it's kind of like a melting pot of a few different factors, and now it's got to a point where it's like a bit kind of toxic. And I think he, instead of being on the back foot constantly, has decided to get ahead of the story, which is quite smart from him, and just say, this is what's going on, this is how I feel, and fans should know this is what is going on at their club, which I kind of admire about. I actually have no problem with him doing it. Although United are playing well, I kind of didn't like it how he said that about Ten Hag. Because I was like, I feel like Ten Hag's just trying to get the club, is like one of the few people who are trying to actually get the club on the right track.
Yeah.
So I didn't like how he went after him, saying that he doesn't respect me, so I don't respect him. But he also has like a job to do.
It's not professional
No, that wasn't very professional. While you're still working together as well.
from supposedly the ultimate professional.
Yeah. But I think it's more like people around the club, he's saying, so management, like not the manager necessarily, but other people higher up, like directors, etc., don't actually want him there. And he was saying, which most people know that, the club, that the Glazer family, they've got no interest in making them a successful club. The only reason they'll maintain their level of success to maintain like the money coming in for them. Like they're not owners you want.
They don't have the club's best interest in heart.
No, they're not the owners you want if you actually want to win championships and stuff. And he was saying that, they're in like the club, you go to other big clubs around the world, and comparative to United's infrastructure and technology is like the same as 10 years or 15 years ago when he was there, which is crazy because you would never think that.
No.
Which I don't know. He was like saying like just some things like the technology, etc., is nowhere near as good as other facilities.
Compared to
And
Real
also,
Madrid.
yeah, but also compared to like City, Liverpool,
Right.
They've all got, like, have you seen City's facilities? They're insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like the basis of what it is. And then also talking about like other people who've like critiqued him, like Gary Neville, Rooney,
I
et
saw
cetera.
that saying like we're not mates and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought they were mates.
Well, they were, but not
Right.
anymore, I guess. But I don't mind it from him. I just don't think, like, will he ever play now again? I'm not sure.
Probably not.
Probably not. I think we'll see till after this World Cup.
Do you know where he's going?
I've got no idea.
Is there any clubs interested?
But he wants to stay. That's the thing. Like, he doesn't want to leave.
Oh, really?
That was him saying, like, I'm not doing this because I want to leave the club. That's misinformation. People want me to leave the club, but I want to stay because I want to play well for you guys.
And I want this club.
But
to
I
be-
just want respect, and I want the club to actually realize their wrongdoing and change it, and the fans need to know.
Yeah.
Which is what he's saying.
How long's the interview?
Not long.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's one of the few Piers Morgan interviews where he doesn't just interrupt the person the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's watchable.
Sorry if you can hear that rain, by the way.
It's just started raining.
Kind of nice.
Yeah. Qatar World Cup. Do we want to get into that?
I haven't done much research about it, but yeah, let's do. Oh, should we hold off 1 week? Is the World Cup starting soon? Maybe we cover that
World
next
Cup's
week.
next week.
What day?
I think literally 7 days time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's hold off for a week, and we'll do it next week
We'll hold off,
because there's a lot to cover.
and we've run out of time.
Well, we haven't. You want to wrap it?
We'll wrap it. I've also got to drive through the school zone, and I've just realised that. And I
What
want
time is it?
to.
2:04.
I want to wrap before, so I can.
That's
drive,
cool.
So I can not drive through the school zone the whole way through.
That's fair. We did start 3 hours after
Yeah.
Zander arrived. So.
Happens. We got carried away.
Let's wrap this up. You got a song this week?
Song this week, song that was getting me through the study period, like I was saying, Duality, Slipknot. Get it in your eardrums, ladies, gentlemen, kids,
I'll add it right now.
mums, dads, brothers
My
and
mum.
sisters.
My mum might be the biggest fan of the Barflies playlist.
Yeah, added. It's added. You can listen. Rip in. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. I'm Alexander,
My name's Cody.
and we'll see you when we see you.
Peace.
Goodbye.